You're on live to GTV Africa, live from Presidential Villa. Today we are having dinner for 51st Conference of Commonwealth Parliamentary Association CPA African Region, and members, delegates from other Africa countries, parliamentary members are already in the Presidential Villa, are ready to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari, who is going to be represented by his Vice President. In a short while, the President is coming in and the dinner is going to commence. But I'm going to find out from members their feelings about the conference and the dinner. Let's welcome Vice President Yemi Osinbajo into the dinner house.
Parliamentary Association of Nigeria. The Speaker of the House of Representatives of Nigeria, His Excellency Right Honorable Femi Bajabiamila, and of course, Honorable Zainab. Can we please have the national anthem, please?
All around the world, women are longing to be free, no longer in the shadows, forced to stay behind, but side by side in true equality. So sing a song for women everywhere. Let it ring around the world that never cease. So sing a song for women everywhere. Equality, development, and peace.
I accept our felicitations. We know it has not been easy to do this. But like they say, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. I think we are here as witnesses that this is a wonderful host. Congratulations. Your Excellency, just to affirm that we've received very, very kind protocols that have been extended to all of us since arriving here in Nigeria. And at a personal level, I feel that this is fulfillment of my desire since the last time that we had our conference in Kampala, Uganda, in 2019. At that time, as many of you would recall, we did not have a substantive Secretary General, and I'm therefore happy that today, in our midst, we have the Honorable Stephen Twiggs, who has since Uganda assumed the position of Secretary General for CPA International. Congratulations, Honorable Stephen Twiggs. I'm also aware that several of our colleagues are bound to exit active participation in our CPA matters on account of natural attrition that normally is dreaded by most politicians, courtesy of our enduring tradition of always going back to the public after every period that is designed in our various constitutions to go and seek fresh mandates. And indeed, it is one of those enduring principles and values for which the CPA is renowned. But for those that have exited, we still hold them dear. Indeed, just yesterday, I had the opportunity of meeting our immediate past treasurer, the Honorable Samuel Ikon from Akwa Ibom, who still feels that he is a part and parcel of the CPA family. Congratulations to all of them in taking over other responsibilities. Your Excellency, I want to thank you most profusely for finding time out of your busy schedule to come and open our conference and indeed host us this evening at this dinner. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give His Excellency the Vice President a warm round of applause? In my country, Kenya, politicians are in the habit of speaking for several hours and finally end by saying, with those very few remarks, I wish you God's blessings. I believe I say, with those very few remarks, may the proceedings continue with your gracious presence. Thank you very much.
When I represented our president at the opening of the conference, I trust that you have all enjoyed your dinner this evening. I must say that it is such a sumptuous meal because of the generous budgetary provision of the National Assembly. And perhaps those sitting close to me would notice that I ate everything on my plate. My reason for doing this is simple. I do not want a situation where when the honorable members of the National Assembly come on their oversight visit, they may accuse me of wasting resources. But I'm greatly comforted by the fact that the Right Honorable Justin Mutiri, who sits right next to me, is my witness. You will notice that I did not cite the Right Honorable Speaker of the House, Nigeria, the Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, as my witness. While the truth is that only the Right Honorable Mutiri will be believed being an independent witness. In this heavily charged partisan political atmosphere, Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila's testimony will be considered compromised because he and I belong to the same political party and we're both from Lagos. Let me commend you all for an informative and enjoyable opening ceremony. It was really informative and very enjoyable indeed. But I must say that since the Honorable Dr. Zainab Gimba said this morning that women hold half the sky and that if they get angry, they may let it fall, I've been deeply worried because I suspect that if they were to let half the sky fall, they will let it fall on we men who, of course, they rightly hold responsible for discrimination against them. I've therefore pledged to ensure that I take gender equality issues seriously. So that in the unlikely event that the sky falls, it will fall with gender equality in mind on all of us. Frankly, I've always resisted being called a politician, and I don't know how many politicians here feel that way. Politicians are always maligned. I'm a lawyer, I also serve as a pastor. But I must tell you that I've really been changing my mind and getting more comfortable with the idea of being a politician and being called a politician. Especially because I've been hearing some really good stories lately about politicians. For example, just last week in Ghana, a West African head of state for whom I have tremendous respect told this story. And he swore to me that it was told to him by a reverend father. So I believe him. He said two men died on the same day. They were advanced in years. One, a very distinguished, revered bishop, and the other, a well-known politician. They died on the same day. They both went to heaven. The first to arrive in heaven, believe it or not, was the bishop. And he was met by several angels. And they took him in a small car to his modest house, where he was to reside until the evening when everyone will gather again. Then the politician arrived in heaven, and the whole place was abuzz. He was received by double the angels that received the bishop, and he was driven in a grand limousine to his palatial residence. The bishop looked out of the window of his modest house and said, "How can this politician, who I knew to make promises he never kept, be treated so much better than me?" But that evening, when the new arrivals gathered at a spot where they gathered, the bishop went up to Angel Gabriel and made his complaint. How can this politician be treated better than a bishop? And the angel Gabriel pulled him aside and said, "Bishop, the reason is that we don't usually see these people here in heaven. So whenever we see one, we're so excited. Usually don't see them." So let me again commend the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association for taking this association's affairs seriously. The attendance at the conference from so many countries is truly remarkable. It is to your credit that the Commonwealth has evolved into a global community that's not merely united by a shared past, or even, as some have unfairly charged, mere colonial nostalgia. It is bound by common values and a shared vision of the future. The question that should constantly occupy us is what this future would be and how we can bring it into being. This is a cause to which we should ceaselessly apply our minds and energies. As I said this morning, please enjoy Nigeria, especially culinary delights. Some of you might know that aside from football, Nigeria's rivalry with our brothers in Ghana is also over food. There has been a raging controversy over who makes the better jollof rice, Ghana or Nigeria. And I would like you, as distinguished and fair-minded legislators, to taste our jollof rice so that you can judge fairly and justly that Nigeria indeed has the best jollof rice. All say aye. So let me thank you again for choosing Nigeria as the venue of your meeting and for honoring our invitation to this dinner. I wish you all a safe trip back home, and we look forward to seeing you again in Nigeria soon. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, ably and responsibly represented by His Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibanjo. On behalf of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, I wish to most sincerely extend our gratitude and appreciations to the Vice President for hosting us to this sumptuous dinner. The Commonwealth Women Parliamentary Association is extremely grateful to His Excellency, the Vice President, for ensuring that in his own path, half the sky will never fall. Your Excellency, we thank you so much for giving us that consideration. And we always stand by the star boy, as we call him. We call the vice president the star boy because he is a gender-sensitive vice president. The vice president is always sensitive and curious about the plight of women, not only in the parliament, but all across Nigeria and Africa as a whole. For all this concern, if you want to know, you can attest that, but by going into the website and looking for all his speeches at any fora when he is expected to speak about women. Your Excellency, we thank you most profusely. The Commonwealth Parliamentary Association can never end without thanking the Right Honorable Speaker, the President-designate, and the Speaker of the National Assembly in Nigeria, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Speaking Speaker, the Speaker of the Women Masses, and Speaker of everybody, Right Honorable Femi Bajamian. I feel that without anybody feeling any sense of immodesty, I could say Right Honorable Femi Bajamiamila, I don't want to say is the only gender-sensitive speaker I have ever seen, but I can say he's one of the most gender-sensitive speakers I have ever met. In the House of Representatives, the CWP members should know that we are entitled to any committee we feel we should belong. So the Speaker doesn't choose committees for women in the House of Representatives Nigeria. He gave us the number of committees that are assigned to us and asked us to choose as we wish, not as he assigned committees to men in the House. And in every aspect, he considered women first. When we are given our motor vehicles, he said the women should take it first. When we are coming for the orientation, Mr. Speaker ensures that we are being registered first before any man. So we don't need to follow the queue. So with these two gentlemen that have similar attitudes, I'm sure the sky in part of Nigeria may not fail half of that. And I enjoin on all other speakers to join them in doing. So thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. And I wish also to thank the Speaker of the Parliament of the Republic of Kenya, who is also the Chairperson and Executive Committee of the CPA African Region, Right Honorable Justin Muturi. Mr. Speaker, we are very grateful. We thank you for taking your time to be here in Nigeria. We thank you. Then we also thank the Speaker Parliament of the Republic of Sierra Leone and Vice Chairperson of the CPA African Region, Right Honorable Dr. Abbas Bundu, and other speakers of the Parliament that are present here. We all are very grateful to you. We thank the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly of South Africa, Honorable Dechesa Senoli, and all other Deputy Speakers present here. We also thank one Right Honorable member, a gentleman that made sure that Right Honorable Speaker Femi Bajamiamila hosted the CPA without any hitches. He is the chairman of the Interparliamentary Committee of the House and the chairman House Committee and the chairman Central Planning Committee for the 51st CPA conference, Right Honorable Zakaria Muhammad. We thank the Secretary General of the Commonwealth for taking his time despite all the COVID protocols, restrictions from London to come and witness this conference. Thank you. We thank the Acting Chairperson of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, Honorable Ian Lindell Granga. Thank you, sir. We thank the Clerk of the Parliament of the United Republic of Tanzania and who equal doubles as the Regional Secretary of CPA, who is ably represented by the Assistant Regional Secretary General, Mr. Daniel Okweta. Thank you, Clerk Parliament of the United Republic of Tanzania and the Regional Secretary for all you have been doing to the association. The Clerk National Assembly of the Republic of Zambia and Chairperson Society of Clerks at the table, African region, Cecilia Mbewe has been doing well to this association and we thank you as well. We can't end without thanking the host clerk of the National Assembly of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and sub-regional representative of West Africa, Society of Clerks at the table, Architect Ojo Olatunje Amos. Thank you, sir. And lastly, I have to thank all our delegates across Africa, without whom this conference wouldn't have held. Without your presence, the conference would never hold because at the end of the day, it will be declared that we have not formed a quorum and it has to be shifted to another year. For making this conference happen, thank you to all the delegates that took their time despite all the menace of the pandemic to be here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association present here from the Secretariat, thank you for ensuring that we have all our programs and speeches and reports ready timely. Thank you so much. For the members of the security who ensured that everybody is safe, thank you. For the members of the press, we thank you so much. And other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, at this junction, I would like to once again thank the Vice President, the Right Honorable Speaker, Femi Bajabiamila. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you.
By 9 a.m. prompt. Your Excellency, you do have a pleasant night's rest and extend our regards to your lovely wife. God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Catherine Gotani Hara, Speaker of the Malawi National Assembly.
Are you satisfied with the dinner that was organized for you?
Yes, we're very grateful to the government of Nigeria and the National Assembly for organizing a dinner for us. It's time for us to network. We thank the President and the Vice President in particular for coming to attend and to be with us. So we're very grateful.
What do you say to other members of your delegates that came to the Nigeria?
I would like to encourage all of us to say that Commonwealth is here to stay and we have to make sure it is the best because we're here to serve our people. We've been sent by our people to represent them and I think we have to do our best in terms of our representation work.
I'm so grateful and it was a nice conference and I'm feel happy to be in Nigeria. We did enjoy ourselves and the conference was so successful and we were warm welcome by the presidential and the members of Nigeria. That's the place we can visit even in future. Yes, for take home is to build the women because we did sit as the CWP and there was a workshop for the women, how the country we are facing. There are young girls who are sitting on the street. We have as women who have to build the future for our kids. I'm taking that back home that every people in South Africa must know that when we are here we did share a lot about the issues of the young people and the young boys. How can we treat our kids? My name is Audrey Malika, a member of Parliament in South Africa and a whip for the social cluster.
Miss Winnie Ngwenya. I'm honorable member from South Africa, NSOP. I'm feeling very well. The conference have gone very well. Everything was well prepared and well organized.
What are the things that you are taking home from Nigeria? What are the things that you discovered from this conference?
What I'm going to take out of this conference is to share with other women moreover on what we have implemented in this conference today. Then I'll share with them the views of other countries, how they live, how they behave, what we have gained also. Yes, that's all. I'm feeling very well. The conference have gone very well. Everything was well prepared and well organized.
What are the things that you are taking home from Nigeria? What are the things that you discovered from this conference?
What I'm going to take out of this conference is to share with other women moreover on what we have implemented in this conference today. Then I'll share with them the views of other countries, how they live, how they behave, what we have gained also. Yes, that's all. What I enjoy is the way they treat us. They were treating us very well, and it's not the people that are talking louder. They are cool. My name, I'm Honorable Winnie Ngwenya, a House Chairperson of International Relations and Members' Interests in NSOP, South Africa.